She thought her late-night burgers were harmless, a guilty pleasure. But one day, a terrifying collapse revealed a deadly truth. Her heart was failing her. From drive-thrus to a fight for survival. This is the shocking story of a woman who faced death and clawed her way back. Can she turn her life around? You won't believe her journey. Stay tuned. This one will hit you hard. Part 1. The Fast Food Life. Hey everyone, let's talk about Tina, a 29-year-old graphic designer from Seattle. She's got a sharp eye for art, a laugh that fills the room, and a love for fast food that's practically legendary among her friends. Burgers, fries, milkshakes, you name it, Tina's all in. Her nights are spent hunched over her laptop, racing against deadlines with a takeout bag by her side. To her, those greasy meals are fuel, a reward for grinding through her chaotic schedule. But what Tina doesn't know is that her favorite comfort food is quietly setting a trap. Tina's life is a whirlwind of creativity and hustle. She's freelancing for big clients, building her portfolio, and dreaming of launching her own design studio. Her apartment is a cozy mess of sketchbooks, coffee mugs, and empty fast food containers. Most days, she's too busy to cook, so she hits a drive-thru, double cheeseburgers, curly fries, maybe a soda to keep her awake. I'll eat healthy tomorrow, she'd tell herself, but tomorrow always brought another deadline, another late night, another burger. She wasn't blind to the consequences. Her jeans were snugger than they used to be, and she'd gained maybe 30 pounds over the last few years. Her friends tease her about her fries obsession, but Tina laughed it off. I'm young, she'd say. I've got time to get in shape. Besides, she felt fine, mostly. Sure, she got winded climbing stairs sometimes, and her heart would race after a long day, but she chalked it up to stress or too much caffeine. Who had time to worry about that when there were clients to impress? The first real warning came on a rainy Tuesday. Tina was at her favorite burger joint, scarfing down a meal in her car between meetings. Halfway through her fries, a sharp pain jabbed her chest, like someone had squeezed her ribs. She froze, her breath catching. It wasn't unbearable, just weird. She rubbed her sternum, took a sip of soda, and waited. The pain faded after a minute, so she shrugged it off. Probably just ate too fast, she muttered, tossing the empty bag in the back seat. But deep down, a tiny seed of doubt took root. Over the next few weeks, those moments kept happening. A flutter in her chest here, a wave of dizziness there. She started feeling tired all the time, dragging herself through work with energy drinks. Her best friend, Maya, noticed the change. You look white, Tina, she said one night over drinks. When's the last time you saw a doctor? Tina rolled her eyes. I'm fine, just overworked. I'll catch up on sleep this weekend. But Maya wasn't convinced. Promise me you'll get a checkup, she pressed. Tina nodded, mostly to end the conversation, but she had no intention of going. Doctors were for emergencies, and this wasn't one. Then came the day that changed everything. Tina was pitching a huge project to a client, her big break. She'd been up all night prepping, fueled by coffee and a breakfast burrito. Mid-presentation, her heart started pounding, hard, like it was trying to break free. Sweat beaded on her forehead, and her vision blurred. She gripped the table, forcing a smile as she stumbled through her slides. The client didn't notice, but Maya, who tagged along for moral support, saw it all. Tina, you're not okay, she whispered as they left. Tina tried to laugh, but her voice was shaky. I just need a nap. That night, alone in her apartment, the symptoms hit harder. Her chest felt like it was caving in, and her arms tingled. Panic set in. This wasn't stress or indigestion. This was something real. She called Maya, her voice trembling. I think I need a doctor. Maya was there in 15 minutes, speeding her to the ER. As the hospital lights blurred past, Tina's mind raced. Was this it? At 29? All those burgers, all those late nights. Had they caught up to her? She clutched Maya's hand, terrified of what the doctors would find. Part 2. The devastating diagnosis. The ER was a whirlwind of beeping monitors and hurried voices. Tina lay on a gurney, hooked to machines that tracked her racing heart. The chest pain had dulled, but fear kept her on edge. Maya sat beside her, trying to keep things light. You're gonna be fine, Tina. Probably just ate a bad taco, she joked, but her eyes were worried. Tina wanted to believe her, but the doctor's grim expression said otherwise. Dr. Patel, a cardiologist with a no-nonsense vibe, pulled up a chair. "Tina, your test shows something serious," she said, her voice steady but firm. "You're in the early stages of heart failure." The words hit like a freight train. Heart failure? That was for old people, not someone who hadn't even hit 30. Tina's mouth went dry. "What does that mean?" she asked, barely above a whisper. Dr. Patel didn't sugarcoat it. Tina's heart was struggling to pump blood effectively, a result of high cholesterol, obesity, and years of poor diet. Her arteries were clogged. Her Theo-Huyet pressure was dangerously high, and without major changes, she was on a fast track to a heart attack, or worse. Tina's mind reeled. She thought of her mom, who died young from a stroke. Was this her fate too? Dr. Patel laid out the damage. Her love for fast food had spiked her cholesterol to alarming levels, and the extra weight was straining her heart. "Your lifestyle is killing you," the doctor said bluntly. "But you're young, and you can turn this around if you start now." They admitted her for observation, starting her on meds to stabilize her heart. The hospital stay was a wake-up call wrapped in fear. Tina spent sleepless nights staring at the ceiling, replaying every drive-thru run, every skipped workout. She felt betrayed by her body and by herself. How had she let it get this bad? Maya visited daily, bringing magazines and bad hospital coffee. But Tina could see the worry etched on her friend's face. "You've got this," Maya kept saying, but Tina wasn't so sure. The doctors were clear. She needed to lose weight, overhaul her diet, and start moving, or her heart wouldn't hold out. One moment burned itself in her memory. A nurse, seeing her distress, sat with her one night. "I've seen people younger than you pull through," she said. "But it's not just about meds. You have to want to live." Those words cut deep. Did she want to live? Really live, not just survive on fries and deadlines? For the first time, Tina felt a flicker of fight. She wasn't ready to give up. Not on her dreams, not on her friends, not on herself. When she was discharged, the doctors gave her a plan: meds, regular checkups, and a referral to a nutritionist. "This is your chance to rewrite your story," Dr. Patel said. Tina nodded, clutching the paperwork like a lifeline. Maya drove her home, the silence heavy. As they pulled up to her apartment, Tina made a promise. "I'm done with fast food," she said, her voice shaky but determined. Maya squeezed her hand. "I'm holding you to that." Back home, Tina faced a harsh reality. Her kitchen was a shrine to her old life. Cupboards stuffed with chips, a fridge full of soda. She stood there, overwhelmed, until Maya showed up with a trash bag. "Let's do this," she said. They cleared out the junk, a symbolic first step. But Tina knew the real battle was just beginning. Could she change habits that had defined her for years? The fear of failing, of her heart failing, kept her awake, but so did a growing spark of resolve. Part 3, the fight back. Tina's first weeks post-diagnosis were a crash course in survival. Her heart failure diagnosis wasn't a death sentence, but it was a warning: change or lose everything. The meds helped, beta blockers to ease her heart's workload, statins for her cholesterol, but the real work was on her. She met with a nutritionist, Lisa, who didn't judge her fast food past. "We're building a new relationship with food," Lisa said, and Tina clung to that idea. The kitchen became her battleground. Tina had never cooked much beyond microwave meals, but she started small: grilled chicken, steamed broccoli, quinoa instead of fries. The first meals were bland, and she missed the salty rush of burgers. But Maya was her cheerleader, showing up with recipes and moral support. They'd cook together, laughing when Tina's attempts at stir-fry went wrong. Slowly, she found joy in it, chopping veggies, experimenting with spices. Her fridge, once a soda graveyard, now held fresh produce and water. Exercise was tougher. Tina's heart couldn't handle intense workouts yet, so she started with short walks around her block. At first, she could barely go 10 minutes without feeling winded, her chest tight with fear. But she kept at it, tracking her steps on a cheap fitness app. Those walks became her therapy, a chance to clear her head and feel her body growing stronger. By month 2, she was up to 30 minutes, then an hour. She even joined a beginner's yoga class, surprised at how much she loved the calm it brought. The weight started coming off, slowly, then steadily. 10 pounds, then 20. Her clothes fit better, and her energy soared. But the real change was invisible. Her blood pressure dropped, her cholesterol improved, and her heart was pumping more efficiently. At her 3-month checkup, Dr. Patel was impressed. "You're doing the work," she said. "Keep it up, and you could avoid worse outcomes." Tina left the office beaming, but the fear never fully left. Every skipped beat of her heart made her pause, wondering if it was happening again. There were dark days, too. Cravings hit hard, especially on stressful nights when a burger seemed like the only fix. Once, she drove to a fast food joint, sat in the parking lot, and cried. But she didn't order. Instead, she called Maya, who talked her through it. "You're stronger than a stupid burger," Maya said, and Tina believed her. She started journaling, pouring out her fears and victories. It helped her see how far she'd come and how much she had to lose. A year after her diagnosis, Tina was unrecognizable, not just physically, but in spirit. She'd lost 40 pounds, her heart function was stable, and she was designing again with a passion she thought she'd lost. She started a blog, sharing her story and recipes, hoping to reach others. Her followers grew, drawn to her raw honesty about food addiction and recovery. She even spoke at a local health fair, nervous but proud, urging people to listen to their bodies. One evening, Tina stood in her kitchen, blending a smoothie with berries and spinach. Maya was over, and they were planning a hike, the kind of thing Tina once would have laughed off. As the blender whirred, Tina caught her reflection in the window. She looked alive, vibrant, like someone who'd fought for a future and won. "To new beginnings," she said, raising her glass. Maya clinked hers against it, grinning. "To you, badass." Here's the deal, folks. Tina's story is a wake-up call. That fast food you're grabbing, it's not just a meal. It's a choice that could steal years from your life. Don't wait for a hospital bed to change. Start small. Swap one soda for water, one burger for a home-cooked meal. Get that checkup you've been dodging. Your heart's working overtime for you. Return the favor. Book a doctor's visit today, take a walk, and fight for your future like Tina did. You've got this.